I am Rachel Scott, Head of Marketing at Knowsley Safari. I think like everyone in the hospitality and tourism business, it's had a massive impact on us, not just financially, but emotionally as well for the team as well, because it's been a real roller coaster over the past few weeks of being excited about opening, then finding out we can't open, and then we can reopen again. So it's had a very big impact on us financially and emotionally. For us, it's a little bit different than some other industries because even when we're closed, we still have a massive cost base. We still have to take care of the animals. We still have to feed them, muck them out, and everything else to do with taking care of them, really. So even when we're closed and don't have any income coming in, we still have costs of around about £400,000 a month that we need to pay out to keep us going. So it has a massive impact on us, especially being shut over Easter, which is traditionally one of our busiest times where we would make the money that would help us in the winter months when things are quieter. It's been really hard planning for reopening without real clarity of government guidance of what would be allowed and wouldn't be allowed. So we've been planning for a couple of different scenarios, really, and our key priority when we started off the planning was to make sure that it was an absolutely safe visit, but most of all, that it was still an enjoyable visit for visitors, because I think that's really important, that we don't take the enjoyment out of the family day out by all the new measures that we've got to put in place, because it's going to be such a different experience, especially for children. So we've been very conscious of that. The first thing that we've done is make sure limiting capacity, which I think is something all tourist attractions and the hospitality industry will be doing. We'll be going to have time slots that you've got to book online. So that's going to be a real culture change, because even members will have to book an arrival time online. And that will really help us manage capacity. I think that's going to be our biggest challenge, is actually getting people used to this culture change, really, of booking a time slot online to arrive in when they're so used to just being able to arrive whenever they want. We'll also be having marshals throughout the safari really supporting this social distancing as well, and helping the guests get used to the new ways of visiting us, really. And that in itself is going to be a real challenge, because it's going to be increased staff costs with less income coming in, but we recognise that it's absolutely vital to getting it right and to making it a pleasurable experience for guests as well. We'll be doing things like operating a takeaway food offer when we first open, and obviously we are working towards being ready to open the restaurants and cafes as soon as government guidance allows. So lots of time's gone into finding the right type of screens, the right things that will work, but we're very conscious as well. I don't think we'll really know what will work completely until we open. So I think there's going to be a lot of learnings to take in the first few weeks, so that we can then build on and take those through into the indoor areas. I think the biggest thing we've learned so far is, as soon as you can say you're allowed to open, the demand will be really high. We've certainly seen over the past 2 days, we're just inundated with messages, people just chomping at the bit to open. And I think that's going to be a real challenge for us, managing that capacity and managing the demand, because I think, there are going to be some disappointed people who can't book, especially our members, and we're really trying to look at how we can make sure that we can help them and make sure they can come and visit us, and really how we can compensate if they don't get a slot in the first week when they want to come. So I think definitely demand will be high as soon as you are able to reopen. That's certainly what we're seeing over the past couple of days. And I'd also say I'd try and work to a couple of weeks before the government guidance says, because you never know how things might change. A lot of zoos were working towards the 4th of July as a date. Now with the announcement the government made last night, we can obviously open 2 weeks earlier than that. Now we're ready for that, but some places aren't, and I think that's obviously a missed opportunity. So I think I'd definitely work a couple of weeks ahead of the government guidance and work to your own timeline as much as possible. Be ready for when you are able to open. Once we open, our focus will go back onto our plans and developments. We had a number of things in planning that we were hoping to launch next year because it's going to be our 50th year anniversary. Obviously, all of those went on hold during this crisis. So I think what we're really looking forward to now is getting back open and getting this period of emergency planning over with, and actually starting to get those plans back on the table and starting to look towards the future and adapting them for what the new ways of working and the new ways that we're going to have to welcome guests to the safari park, I suppose. So there's lots of work to do on those plans to adapt them for the future, but we're really excited about starting to look at them again. Well, I think that gives everyone a good update on where we're up to at Knowsley Safari, and I hope you all get the news that you can open soon as well, and all get to be in a position to start communicating your opening plans. So good luck with all the planning, and yeah, stay safe, everyone.